I'm going to share with you how you can create a highly profitable digital product idea in a weekend by sharing with you what I did that made me $500 straight out of the gate and then went on to make me a lot more when I put some systems into place. So if you're a content creator, a blogger, a small business owner, or even somebody with a passion and you want to monetize with digital products, then let's do this. Hi, I'm Melanie, and just before we get to the juicy part, I just want to let you know that if you're someone who wants to monetize with digital products and make those repeat sales and that passive income and all the things, then you want to grab my digital product success roadmap from the description link below this video. I've also included some digital product ideas because I know that can help you with the brainstorming part, but you'll also then get the actionable steps to actually make it happen. So you can go and grab that below the video. The first major thing that you need to do is keep this super simple. It's best to get started than never get started at all. So you want to keep your ideas super simple. And usually they're the ones that work the best. So how did I come up with the idea? Well, it was kind of with three ways. The first way was that I was observing my audience. I had a tiny audience, but I was observing what kept coming up for them and also things that they mentioned and things that I got feedback of in email and things like that. So I kind of had an idea of what it was they were looking for. The second thing was that I did market research. When I started thinking about a couple of ideas, I did market research because I wanted to actually know if anybody actually even sold anything that resembled what I was thinking to do. And then I also mentioned a couple of ideas to those people so that they could give me a bit of feedback on what they thought of my ideas. But the third thing I also did, and I've done this on more than one occasion, and a lot of times people tell you probably not to do this, or they go on about how you need to validate your idea, which you do. As I said, I did do market research. But what I also did was that I trusted my knowledge in what I was wanting to teach and to make a digital product out of. And I went with my gut as well to tell me that this is what they probably needed next then. So I kind of collated those three areas that I'd discovered, things that they'd said, and doing a bit of market research to check that people were doing similar to me. And then I also went with my gut because it was going to be a small product and it was going to be a smallish price point. So I felt like it wouldn't be wasted if I created it. Because it was content that I could use in other ways, but it would be better than me not actually creating the digital product. So I went with that. So that's how I came up with my idea. So when it came to the actual content, I put together a few bullet points of going from kind of my A to my B, as I like to say, with what they needed to do, that beginning, that middle, that end. And under each of those bullet points, I expanded on the steps that they would need to take. Now, because I had been where they were, which is usually why you create digital products, it's usually something you're teaching that you've already done or been through or you have experience in. And because of that, I knew within those steps what it was they would need to do to move them forward. Because although this was part of a bigger topic, a much bigger topic, they needed to start exactly where this digital product was starting them. And they needed to do that first before they could move to any next step. So it was quite clear to me what I needed to include in that content for them to get that win from this small product. And that's what you want to do as well. You don't want to overcomplicate this. You literally want to hash out maybe 5 or 6 main titles, topics, whatever you want to call them, and you want to then expand on each of them so that they are getting from their A to their B. So they're getting the starting, they get the instructions, they get to that middle point where they're doing it, and then they get to the end where they've completed it and they know exactly what it's giving them or they've progressed. Then it came to naming it. Now, the one thing is not to get stuck on this bit either, because usually while you're hashing out that content, you will find names pop into your head or something natural comes, or you may have even come up with that when you came up with the idea. But your title just wants to be simple, clear, and understandable. Okay, people want to know what it is that they're getting. If you get clever and catchy, that is not going to work. People are going to be thinking, I don't know what's in this, I don't really know what I'm getting, so I just won't bother going any further. So just make sure that your title is stating what it is that it's going to do for them. And it doesn't have to be too long. You can always add like a little tagline underneath that goes a bit further into what it is that is within the guide or the workbook, whatever it is that you're creating. Then you want to take that content and you want to take it to a place called canva.com, and in there you can create a really pretty looking PDF guide workbook. You can use their templates, but you're supposed to only use them for inspiration according to what I got from canva.com themselves. So what I actually usually do is I use an A4 document and I basically drop my content in there, and then I add pages every time to put more of my content in until I've got like, I don't know, 30 pages or whatever of my content, whatever my content has come to. And then I choose to pretty it up and make it look nice, format the text, make it easy to read, get rid of any spelling mistakes, etc., and basically make it nice and presentable for you to be able to sell it. I ended up creating my own set of templates, and that was purely so that I had something just to pull on and be able to put all my content in easier, quicker, and not have to deal with the design factor. Although you want to keep it as simple as possible. You do not want your design to overpower the content so that people don't actually consume the content. Once you spent a little time doing that, you then want to download your finished product from Canva as a PDF to your computer. And then you're going to upload it to a place where you can then sell that digital product. Now, originally, I'll be honest, I threw mine up on my blog and then figured out a way to do like a checkout thing for people to actually buy it. But I uploaded the actual PDF to my WordPress site because you can, because they accept files and things. So it was just an easy place for me to put it. Now, I've been through many softwares. Right now, I'm with Systema.io. You can see a link for that in the description below if you want to check it out. It's an all-in-one platform, which means that I can put my PDF in there, my digital products in there, and I can also then create a sales page, because that's the next thing you're going to want to do is create a sales page, because you want to be able to tell people what your product is about so that they get interested, excited, and then they want to press that buy button and they want to then purchase your digital product. Now, sales pages are a whole other thing, but the best thing to do just to get it out there is keep your sales page simple. Appeal to what it is that your product is going to do for them, okay? And you will get better at this as you go along. But if you just keep it simple, and then you're going to want to connect some form of payment system to your sales page so that people can click on a button and they can get to where they need to go to actually purchase your digital product. And after that, you're going to want to create one email, just one email right now, because we're keeping this as simple as possible so you get it done. And that email is going to be for you to be able to deliver the link to where that PDF is. Now, you will get the link when you upload that file. Say, for instance, you're doing it at the place I'm doing it, System.io. You will then get a link that you will then put into your email so that when that person purchases your product, it will send them an email straight away and they will be able to access their digital product. Now, there is other ways that you could actually give them access to their digital product, but I'm doing it that way because it's simple. You can write them an email, and also it gives you that opening to introduce yourself or speak to them, you know, help them, or to give more information about you as well, because they're going to open that email to access their product. Then you want to get to the selling part. Now, this is kind of the part where most people don't do enough of it. But if you have any kind of audience or any kind of email list, whether that be a few people or a lot of people or whatever, you want to be selling it. Let them know you have a product. You can actually let them know before the product is finished. But the point is, you want them to know that you have something for sale. You want to be, hey, look, you've been looking at wanting a solution for this and I've now got it for you. So you want to be putting the word out everywhere. And I'm not usually one that says to spread yourself everywhere, because that doesn't always work well. But what I will say is that if any avenues you've got, any connections you've got, if you've got collaborations, if you've got an email list, if you've got a social media following, if you're here on YouTube with followers, you just need to let them know that you now have a product to sell, and you want to make sure that they know how to get it. So to recap, you want to come up with your idea. you've probably got some already. You need to go with one. You need to run with it and trust yourself that you know what is right for your people. Or at least use it as a way to experiment and find out what works and what doesn't. It's better than not doing anything, okay? Then you want to create the content for it. Keep it simple but precise so that people get a result. Then you want to get your name. Make sure that you've got a name that tells them what it is that they're going to get. And like I say, don't spend too long on this. Keep it simple and obvious. If you really can't come up with anything that you feel lights you up, just go with simple and obvious first. Next, you want to then put it into Canva and pretty it up, make it into a PDF, a guide that you can then sell as a finished product. And you want to take it then off Canva and you want to upload it to wherever you can hold a digital product, a file, basically. And then you want to create a sales page about that product because you want people to know what it's about so they will want to buy it. And then after that, you want to sell, sell, sell. And I should really say that you should be letting them know you've got something coming for sale before that, okay? You can put hints and things out there that you've got something to offer. But the point is you want to sell, sell, sell. Sometimes it is actually easier to be doing these steps than actually just listening because it sounds quite a lot when you're listening. However, if you feel that you do want a more in-depth guide and a complete step-by-step on each thing that you need to be doing, then you may want to grab my digital product starter kit, which is below in the link in the description, because it will help you if you're a person that just prefers to follow a guide and just click here, click there, etc. Now, the other thing is that your digital product sales, you want to be able to make them passively, okay? And you also want to be making more of them because at first, yeah, you're putting yourself out there to get those first few sales, but you want those sales to continue. And that's why watching this next video that's up on the screen is going to help you, where it'll show you my digital product strategy for actually making consistent sales of your digital product. So go check that out and I'll see you next time.